This is probably our greatest concentration of azaleas in all of Shinzen Garden. We're in the Ume Grove. And the Ume Grove was an annex to the garden. It was dedicated in 2002, and it was started off with a donation of 82 ume trees to Shinzen Garden from the Taira family, who had a nursery near Sanger. The ume blossoms themselves are spectacular. They were their earliest to bloom, so January, February, you would have seen everyone mistakes them for the cherry blossoms because they're that colorful. As opposed to the cherry blossoms, they'll bloom for a longer period of time. And so they really add a lot. We have red ones and pink ones and white ones in the garden. They produce a small fruit that is utilized in a food product called umeboshi in the Japanese. It's used for flavoring of rice. And also the ume is also used in spirits. So some of the different alcoholic beverages that are flavored with the ume. I'm not a drinker, but they're supposed to be very, very good. And we have a couple of volunteers who are going to try this year to make both of those products. The Ume Grove itself, again, is about 1 acre. It's probably the most concentrated area of the garden, but like the garden, it has all the features of the 4 seasons. And the trees were planted not randomly, but there was some idea of where they were going to be. And then later on, it was landscaped by Paul Saito, who put in the walkways and the water features. It's probably the most calming, I think, reflective part of the whole garden because people tend to walk right by the entrance and not even come into the area. It's not a big area for photography and weddings because we don't have any big turf spaces here. There is also a pond, which is lilies are our primary feature of that pond. We don't have koi in that pond in particular, but the lilies, when they come on in the summertime, are pretty spectacular as well. The Ume Grove is just 1 acre of the 5-acre expanse of the total garden. It's probably the most spectacular as a concentration of colors this time of the year, and we would invite you that when the pandemic restrictions are lifted, that you come by and enjoy the colors of the garden. However, every month the garden changes, so if we don't get a quick resolution, you may not see the beauty of the azaleas that you're seeing here behind me now.